Peace and blessings, all praises to the Most High. Once again, peace and blessings and happy Sabbath. I pray it all is well. We're going to do things a little different today. Brother Sadat coming with a Sabbath class, Sabbath convocation, whichever gathering, whichever you choose to call it. The topic is the understanding has to align, otherwise it's useless. Meaning what you understanding coming out of the Bible and what you believe have to agree with the Bible or else it's useless. It's like me telling somebody that all their life has never learned to be potty trained that they don't have to be. That wouldn't make sense. So somebody that's an adult that has never learned to be potty trained is now told, hey, there's a right way to do something. You can't just pee in the bed or whatever. You actually got to do this the right way. And they say, well, I never learned how to do it like that. And you go and you show them, hey, this is the way something has to be done. And if the way that they see it and the way that it's supposed to work don't go together, then if they don't fix it, then it's of no value. If they don't change, then it doesn't matter. And so the topic with the synonyms, the knowledge, the discernment, the sense, and the realization, they all have to go directly with the Bible. Whatever you tell your children has to go directly with the Bible. You can't tell your children that it's okay to lie sometimes. You have to tell them that it's not okay to lie ever. Whatever you tell your children, for example, you tell them that they can't use profanity. And here you go, every time they turn around, they're hearing you using profanity. You can't do that because then you're a hypocrite. And they have the right to turn around and to bring that to you and question you about it. And you can't tell them, hey, well, you know, I'm an adult, but and it's okay for me to do it. That's not going to work. Your children are supposed to be able to do the things that you can. And I don't mean for anybody to get stupid and say something. Well, what about drinking alcohol? Come on now, let's be for real. Let's stay in context. So I'm going to start at the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 27 and verse 1. Again, happy Sabbath. I pray that everybody has had a good week. If you have to, don't be afraid to use the thing that make marks, because if you do be afraid to use that thing and you have children and you want to raise your children and say, I'm not going to do this to my children, do that to my children, your children will walk all over you. And they will, in essence, one day be abusing you because you didn't do what you were supposed to as a parent. The Bible says that you ain't going to kill them. It ain't going to kill them. Discipline is what it's going to bring. And they will gladly change once they find out and feel that the things that they've been doing haven't been right. And so, again, happy Sabbath. Let's do all things as the Bible say, decently and in order, the way that they're supposed to be. The topic again, the understanding has to align, otherwise it's useless. So Ecclesiasticus chapter 27 and verse 1. Oh, I passed it. It reads, many have sinned for a small matter, and he that seeketh abundance will turn his eyes away. A lot of people have broke the commandments of God for just a little bit of gain. For example, let's say you know that you can, you work a job and they tell you, hey, well, what if you decide to come in on, they're going to call it Saturday, but you call it Sabbath. What if they tell you, you can come in on the Sabbath and they tell you, hey, you do know that you'll be making like $600 for that one day. And you have a decision to make. You can either break the commandments and go to work that day and make $600, or you can stand on your principles. You can stand on your morals. You can stand on your standards and say, well, hey, you know what? The Bible says that I can't work on the Sabbath because it's breaking the Sabbath and it's sin. Which one would you choose? Which one would you choose? You going to work and make the money, or you going to do what God say?
I'll do what God says.
What are you going to do?
Do what God says.
All praises. Because we don't do what God say, then what is that?
That's a sin.
Absolutely. And what happens when we sin?
We get punished.
Exactly. We get punished. And so because we don't want to be punished, we're going to do what he say, and we're going to do that to please him. So we're reading the Bible, and the Bible say, let me read it again. Many have sinned for a small matter. A lot of people have done things just so they can get something. And it wasn't much, didn't have to be much at all. It also says, and he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away. The person that's looking to get rich, the person that's looking to have a whole lot of everything, when the right thing to do is in front of them, they're going to find an excuse. If you got a child that you want to play like high school football right now is going on, and you believe that the Sabbath starts Friday night. Well, the high school football game is Friday night, and you have a decision to make. You can either let your child play and break the Sabbath, or you can say, well, because of our spiritual beliefs, we can't do that. And so some people have even decided that they're going to be smart. I just read in the Bible where it says many have sinned for a small matter. Something this simple. People have decided, you know what? The Sabbath actually starts on Saturday morning, not Friday night. Okay, so is little June going to be able to go to the football game? Let's say when the championship game comes, since all of a sudden the day start in the daytime, is he going to be able to go? Is he going to be able to get in it and play? What you going to do? You're going to stick to your guns and not allow them to play? Or are you just going to fold and do what everybody else would do? That was the understanding from that. The topic again, the understanding has to align. Otherwise, it's useless. And now I'm going to again, I'm going to bring this back up. They tell you can come and work for 8 hours. You mean to tell me you're going to pass away possibly $600 for 8 hours of work just because it's what you call the Sabbath, just because it's Saturday? Or you going to come make that money? No, I'm going to have to pass that money. That would be what you are required to say. And your reasoning is because if you don't, it will be sin. I'm going to now the book of Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 to 4. Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 to 4. So what have we read so far? We have read that it won't take much. People will lie about the smallest things. People will look the other way just so that they can get something. Book of Hebrews chapter 12. Letting everybody get it. In verse 1, it says, wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Let me move this over here so I can get a good look at it. All right, now it says, wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, so many people around us, let us lay aside let us Stop worrying about the things that we want out of the world. Stop being so concerned about being popular. Stop being so concerned about being seen. Stop being so concerned about having a lot of clothes and a lot of money and all of that stuff and the stuff that's not going to benefit you. All the things that's going to cause you to sin. Reading on, it says, and the sin which does so easily beset us, the sin that's giving us a hard time. If you being a liar give you a hard time, then stop being a liar. If you having a smart mouth to your parents, if you not wanting to stop smoking, whatever, or getting drunk, or whatever the case it may be, if you having that issue, you need to lay that thing down and do the things that are right in the eyes of God. It's because I was talking to somebody this week, and right on cue, the dude said, well, yeah, you know, we all working on something. Are you truly working on it, or are you making an excuse about it? Because have you denied yourself is the question. Have you said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to steal. I'm not going to blame somebody else and it was my fault. I'm going to take the responsibility because I had done it. Have you done those things? And let us run with patience the race that is set before us. And let us continue to work and strive, just like we're trying to learn how to do something. You're trying to learn how to ride a bike, trying to learn how to do your math problems, trying to learn how to spell or whatever the case may be. Have patience with it and just take your time and get it right and do it right the first time so that you don't have a whole lot of problems, and continue to do it. Verse 2, it says, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. Why is he the author and the finisher?
Because he created the world.
Because he was there when the world was created. That's one answer. Also, because he is the one that showed us exactly how we have to be. He's the one that showed us that, hey, just because people are saying bad things about you, you don't have to say bad things back. Just because people don't like you and hate you, you don't have to hate them back. Just because you know somebody doesn't have your best intentions and will do something to try to harm you or whatever, you don't have to go around them. You don't have to make yourself available for those people. The only thing that you have to do is to continue doing what you're supposed to do, regardless of what everybody else is doing. Everybody else is talking about cheating on a math test. That's not your conversation. Your conversation is, hey, I'm going to pass this just because I know how to do my math, because I practice. And that's where we come in. We have to continue to do the commandments so that when something comes up, we know how to deal with it. When something comes up, we don't get overwhelmed and all of a sudden, oh, I don't know how to handle this problem. You know how to handle the problem because you went to the Bible and the Bible showed you how to handle the problems. A lot of people in the world don't know where to go to get their problems fixed. A lot of people in the world are only looking to do the things that they're used to doing. Oh, well, she came and said something crazy to me, so I'm going to say something crazy back. No, that's not how that works. I'll give a good example. My own child told me that somebody said, what did somebody say about your tennis shoes? About your shoes?
They said my shoes were trash. I said, thanks for the compliment.
Say what?
They said my shoes were trash, right? And that girl liked Stitch also.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, thanks for the compliment.
There you go. And so there it is. See, it's a way to deal with stuff. And you don't have to be mean-spirited about it. All the thing you got to do is be thinking when people come at you. And understand and recognize who it is that's coming to you. Understand if somebody is coming to you in a way that's disrespectful or whatever, you don't have to disrespect them back. You don't have to be mean back. That's fine. That's fair. And so in this situation, it was somebody that actually didn't know how to say, hey, I like what you got on. And so what did they do? They said something mean. That's all it was, because they didn't know how to be nice. And so I'm going to read this again. Hebrews 12:2, it says, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down on the right hand of the throne of God. For consider him. Think about him. Think about the stuff that he had to go through. Think about how the people hated, some of the people hated him. Think about it. They spit on him. They lied on him. He knew that they were trying to kill him and everything. Endured such contradiction of sinners against him. He knew it was a lot of people against him. But he wasn't worried about those people because he knew he had, Granny said, good baby. He knew the job that he had to do. Lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds. Because if you're not going to continue to endure, if you're not going to continue to do the right thing, if you're not going to know how to answer things, then you're going to get tired. And once you get tired, you'll go back to being the same old you that you used to be. Adults do it all the time. When they have been keeping the commandments for so long, and some of them miss the stuff that they used to do, miss the stuff in the world. And so what they're going to do, they're going to start back doing some of that stuff. Verse 4, it says, ye have not resisted unto blood, striving against sin. Ain't nobody threatened to kill you. Ain't nobody tried to kill you just because you said you're not going to eat pig. They may have made a joke about it. They may have decided that y'all not going to hang out anymore, but excuse me. Nobody has decided that they're going to try to take your life because you said that, hey, I'm going to keep the Sabbath. I'm not going, I can't go hang out anymore on Saturday. And, you know, we used to wash our cars together and, you know, I meet you at the mall. We get an outfit and go hang out later on that evening and at night, go to the club and all of that. I can't do all of that anymore because it's not right. I'm not going to break the Sabbath. And after the Sabbath, I'm not going to be out at the club partying. That's called reveling. And those people, what they will do is they will pretty much get rid of you in the sense of being around you, partying with you and all of that stuff because you don't do all the same stuff anymore. It's like the person that steals and you don't steal anymore. You decided that you're going to stop stealing and they continue to do it. They're going to look to find somebody else to do it with them, aren't they? Mm-hmm. That's right. And so I'm moving forward now and I'm going to the book of Proverbs chapter 24, verse 10. Proverbs 24:10. Even if you say that you know who you are, you understand who you are in the Bible, and you start doing the stuff that the Bible say you have to do, and you find out that the people that you've been hanging around have been lying and manipulating the scriptures and doing stuff wrong, you have a decision that you have to make. You bring it to their attention first. Hey, well, look, some of the stuff that we've been talking about in the Bible, the way you've been explaining, the way it's being explained, I really don't see it being like that. And if they're too proud to listen, they don't really want to listen, then, hey, it is what it is. You got to go on about your business because at the end of the day, you got to care about yourself when it comes down to your salvation more than anybody else. Because when you go there before the judgment seat, when you go before God, it's going to be you and the stuff that you did there, not everybody else. You can't say, well, my mama made me do this, or my daddy made me, or we always did stuff like. It's not going to work because you and I are all required to do what's required for us the right way above anything else. And so I'm reading Proverbs 24 and verse 10. It says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. So when problems come and if you don't know how to handle them, you didn't have any faith from the beginning. Your studying was just a lie. You was just playing a game. When you have to make the right decision and you don't, you didn't mean it when you was doing all the talking. We can always say that we have read the Bible, we study the Bible, we go to church and all of that stuff. But when it's time to do the stuff what the Bible say, where you going to be at? You're going to be on the right side or the left side? What you going to be doing? Are you going to be doing the right or the wrong thing is the question. Are you going to make the decision that's not popular is the question. Because if you make the decision that's popular that everybody likes, most of the time when you do that, it's going to be something that ought not to be done. Like say, if you're standing around at school and say the kids have some drugs and you have all of them taking the drugs and they offer it to you, what are you going to do?
Say no, thank you.
What are you going to do?
No.
And what is supposed to happen? Are you supposed to do it because everybody else is doing it or not?
I'm not supposed to do it
Why?
because it's a sin.
And
God wouldn't want us doing that.
right. And it could also hurt you or kill you. That's also why. And we don't want that to happen. And so even with adults, when adults are put in situations that might not be comfortable or popular, they have to make the right decision, regardless of what everybody else do. Even if it's your sister or your cousin or whoever, a family member, a friend, whatever. If, for example, if I say something and it's a lie, you children are supposed to be letting me know that I did. Daddy, that's not right what you said. That was a lie. And I can't be too proud, because if I am, then, hey, I'm going against the Bible. I have to accept the fact that I did wrong. Too many people, too many of us, we don't want to have children correct us. We don't want children to tell us anything. And that's one of the reasons why children are supposed to be raised in the commandments too, because if anybody started to do the wrong thing, anybody is supposed to be able to correct them. But too many adults don't want to be corrected. And I'll read that again. Proverbs 24:10 says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. If when you have some hard times, you don't know how to handle them, then you got to go back and you got to study harder. You got to apply more. You're going to have to fast and pray more and do all the things that's pleasing in the sight of God. Even have people that you trust to talk to you about it and to confess to them and say, hey, when this happened, I did the wrong thing. When that happened, I made the wrong decision. So I got to get my strength up so that the next time something like that happens, I'll be ready for it. I'll be prepared for it. Let's go now to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, 16 and verse 6. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16 and verse 6. It says, but they were troubled for a small season that they might be admonished. They had some problems for a little while so that we could be corrected. It's like whenever any of us have some uncomfortable situations that we're in, say I eat too much candy and my stomach starts hurt, right? I was already told don't eat all the candy, but I ate it anyway. And what happened? Stop biting your fingernails. And what happened? Since I ate it,
you get stomachache.
I did. And what happened then?
You
Wasn't feeling well. And so now I have to suffer with it, right? And next time when I got the candy in front of me, what am I going to do? I'm not going to eat all of it, right? Exactly.
You only take like 2.
Or whatever, a small amount.
Yeah, right. A handful.
Just a small amount. Exactly. Too many people think that they can do whatever they want. And when the bad stuff happens, it's not supposed to happen. That's not how it works. We have to go through every now and then some uncomfortable stuff because we have to make sure that we changing. Everything can't stay the same. We have to go through some uncomfortable times. It's going to be times you're going to have to shut your mouth and listen to your sister. It's going to be times you have to shut your mouth and listen to your husband. It's going to be times you have to shut your mouth and listen to your wife. It's going to be times you have to shut your mouth and listen to your children. You can't always be right. None of us can always be right. But a lot of us want to be right. And if I say that something I'm reading out of here is telling me that, oh yeah, well, we can go and, we can go and Let's see. Exodus 20 and verse, let's see. It says, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is under the water." So if it say I can't go and make some statues and stuff like that, can I do it?
No.
Well, what if I say, well, I don't have it for that. I have it because I just think it looks pretty.
Still no.
Still can't have it. So I have even had people tell me when I showed them with scriptures that we're not supposed to be wearing a cross. And they say, well, I just do it because of this reason. I don't do it for that. I do it because of this. What do the Bible say? You can't do it. And if they give up their own reason or excuse, then they doing what they want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they doing what they want to do, who's going to be upset with them?
God.
Sure is. And are they going to get in trouble?
Yes.
Absolutely yes. We're not going to be able to change his mind just because we want to do stuff the way we want to. And this says here, let me read that again. It says, "But they were troubled for a small season that they might be admonished." We're going to have to go through some things so that we can be corrected. When our people was coming out of Egypt, who was they living like?
They were living like
Where were they at?
in slavery in Egypt.
They were in slavery in
Like
Egypt.
slaves.
And who were they living like? They were living like the Egyptians, right? They was eating the foods that the Egyptians ate and doing all the stuff the Egyptians did, right? Did Joseph's brothers know who he was when they saw him the first time? Because he looked like who?
Pharaoh.
He looked like Pharaoh. Why did he look like Pharaoh? Because he dressed like Pharaoh and he shaved all his hair off of him like Pharaoh and everything. So he looked just like the Egyptians. Right? Okay,
He
so
still had his dark skin.
he did. That's true. But the thing was, he was living just like doing like everybody else. It's just like our own family members. We can't live and do like a lot of them do because a lot of them eat what?
Pork.
And what else?
Like
Unclean animals.
Yep.
Like goose.
Goose,
stuff like that.
seafood.
Ducks.
crabs and
Yep. Stuff like that. And so if we can't do it and they do it, then it's got to be okay for us to say, well, look, nah, we can't come over there because y'all having the seafood boiling. We don't eat that. Oh, you can come over here. You don't have to eat anything. Just come over and have a good time with it. No, that's okay. I'll wait until it's something else we got going on.
like
And
a fish bowl.
yeah, and it can't be what kind of fish?
Like
Catfish.
Right. Can't be catfish.
Or lamb or something.
Or they have lamb or chicken or something. We can enjoy that, right? Right. As long as it's not on the
on Saturday.
Saturday. Right. If they having pork chops, can we have pork chops?
No.
Maybe
Okay.
turkey chops.
We could have turkey chops. That's correct. Okay. So let me read this again and we'll move forward. Reading at Wisdom of Solomon 16:6, it says, "But they were troubled for a small season that they might be admonished, having a sign of salvation to put them in remembrance of the commandments of the law." So we have to go through some things just for a little while so that we can understand where we need to be. Changes must be made in our lives, whether we like it or not, whether they're going to be comfortable or not. And not everything that's going to change has to be comfortable. Sometimes it's some uncomfortable things that have to happen. Okay, well, you enjoyed going to the movies every Saturday and watching a new movie. Well, you can't do that. You'd be breaking the Sabbath. You enjoy going to the mall every Saturday, getting some new shoes or a new purse or something. Can't do that. What you got to do now?
You have to rest on the Sabbath.
Right. And go and do that stuff
And pray.
and pray. And you got 6 other days to do that stuff, right? Okay.
6 other days to go to Lululemon or any other place at the store. Or
Yep.
mall.
Yep. That's correct. Good job. That is correct. And so I'm going now to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16. And I'm going to read verses 7 to 10. Yeah, I'm going to keep reading. Okay, so it says here, Wisdom of Solomon 16 and 7, it says, and I'm reading this like this because when you get your own time to go back in this history and read it for yourself, you'll see all of this. This is basically talking about what happened to our people coming out of Egypt. In verse 7, it says, for he that turned himself toward it was not saved by the thing he saw, but by thee that art the Savior of all. And again, you go back and read the history, you'll see when our people were coming out of Egypt, and what did they start doing? They started complaining. And while our people was complaining, who heard them complaining?
God.
And he got what?
Mad.
He got angry, and you know what he started doing? He started oofing the Israelites because they were running their mouths. He told them what to do, and what did they want to do? They wanted to do something else.
They could have just been quiet and went on out of Egypt, but instead they had to run their mouths.
That's
and
what
get
happened.
oofed.
Yep. That's what happened. And so because they didn't want to listen, he sent, as the Bible called it, fiery serpents, which are poisonous snakes. And the snakes bit the people and started to kill the people. And you go, let me go back and read that.
I think there was hail.
Okay, Numbers 21 and verse 6. It says, and the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died. So God sent poisonous snakes out where our people was at, and the snakes started biting the people. And a lot of the people died. Therefore, the people came to Moses. Oh, now they want to come to Moses after they done sitting. I don't know why we are. What are we doing out here? Why we always got to be out? Why can't we just go back to Egypt where it was nice? Well, we got to go to the land of milk and honey. What we got to do? I was doing all that complaining. And so God heard it and he got mad and he did that. And it says, therefore, the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned. And they sinned because God had one plan and they decided to do something else, right? Right. We have spoken against the Lord. We have spoken against what God said he wanted us to do. And against thee. And we have spoken against you, Moses. Pray unto the Lord that he take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people. So now they want Moses to pray for them. And Moses prayed, and it says, and the Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent and set it upon a pole. And it shall come to pass, everybody that is bitten, when they look at it, shall live. And so what happened was, like I said, you go back in your own time, you out there and read the history. What happened was he made something that looked like a snake and put it up on a pole. And everybody that looked at it, when they had when the snake bit them, they didn't die, they lived. What's supposed to happen when a snake bites you?
You're supposed to die.
Exactly. But because God said, I'm going to do something else, and they didn't die. It may hurt, but they didn't die. And so I'm going back to where I was at. And I'm at Wisdom of Solomon 16:7. It says, for he that turned himself toward it was not saved by the thing that he saw, but by thee, and thou art the Savior of all. And in this thou madest thine enemies confess that it is thou who deliverest from all evil. So our people was like, you know what? I got to cut this out. I got to stop being foolish because I can't do what I want to do. When we decide that we're going to do what we want to do and our parents show us with something, with the thing that hurts our back, that we're going to do what they say, what are we going to do then? We're going to do what our parents say, right? Because we don't want our, we don't want our backs hurt anymore, do we? Exactly. verse 9, it says, for them the bitings of grasshoppers and flies killed, neither were there any found remedy for their life, for they were worthy to be punished by such. For the people that died, they died. Verse 10, it says, but thy sons, not the very teeth of venomous dragons, overcame. For thy mercy was ever by them and healed them. So in essence, if you ever get sick or anything like that, the first thing that you're supposed to do is pray and ask the Lord to heal you. And then go to the doctor. What did I just say?
If you ever get sick, just pray to God to heal you and then go to the doctor.
There you go. What did I just say?
Whenever you get sick, just pray that he can heal you
First,
and then go to the doctor.
right. That way we will put him first and then
the doctor
second.
last.
Right, exactly. Because we have to let him know that we believe in him and we trust in him more than anything and anybody else. And so now I'm going to the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3. Second Timothy, right after Ephesians, Colossians, Philippians. 2 Timothy 2 and verse 3. It says, thou therefore endurest hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. So again, like I said, you're going to have to go through some things. It's going to be some hard decisions that you're going to have to make. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. It's going to be some hard decisions that you're going to have to make. Do I sit here and be the class clown so everybody can laugh?
No.
Or do I do what I was told to do when I first started school and be a good student so that I don't get in trouble? What do I do?
Do what I'm supposed to do.
Okay, because what happens if I don't?
You will get
In trouble. We just read where our people decided they wasn't going to do what God said, and what did he do?
He sent out those poisonous snakes to them.
He did. And some of them died. That's right. Some of them did die because of those poisonous snakes. And so, thank you. And so we have to understand that this is not just something for me to do. This is not just something for mom or our children. We all have our own responsibilities according to the Bible to follow in the ways of God, the way that the Lord have commanded us. So let me read that again. 2 Timothy 2:3 says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. Just do what you're told to do. It's just that easy. It's just that fine. If somebody's telling you to go against the Bible, then they're telling you wrong. And you have an obligation to know the difference. We have an obligation to teach our children in the ways of God. And if we don't want to, if we want to let them have Christmas because we had Christmas, or Easter because she's going to look so pretty in her Easter dress and all that, and get her Easter basket, it can't be like that. And especially if you know better, you know what you're doing is wrong, and you're going to go ahead and do it anyway. If you know that it's wrong, if it's not aligning with the Bible, it can't be done. It's not supposed to be done. It's supposed to be spoken against. You got to do the things that are not that popular. I'm going to Micah 4:10 now. Micah. The book of Micah, chapter 4 and verse 10. We're almost done. We don't have a lot left. Book of Micah, chapter 4 and verse 10. It says, be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. I'm going to say it again and again and again. You're going to have to go through the hard times. You're going to have to do the stuff that ain't popular. You're going to have to stand on your own 2 feet. And you're going to have to show yourself to be courageous. You got to have some courage. You can't be a coward when it's time to do the right thing. Can't be a follower. Can't be doing what everybody else do, and can't be doing what everybody else wants you to do. And the reason being is because you can wind up getting yourself in some big trouble. What would happen if, say, I go to work and somebody says, hey, we should all do our jobs the wrong way so that something bad can happen? What they gonna do?
You could lose your job.
I could lose my job.
Or your job could get given to someone else.
Right. That's right. And if I don't lose my job, let's just say they don't have any confidence in me anymore to do the right thing, and they put somebody else in my position and say, hey, well, you know what? Just go to the house and we'll call you when we want you to come back. And they never called me to come back.
Or
You won't be able to take care of your family.
you
Right.
have your job, right? And then you say, let's blow up this place.
Yeah.
Let's blow up the warehouse.
Yep.
And then the warehouse gets blown up, and nobody will be able to check the security camera, so they don't know who did it. But if someone sees you with the bomb, they'll go and tell the manager.
Yep.
And then you can end up going to jail.
But what if somebody gets blown up?
Right. So all of those things play an important part. You have to do the right thing. It's a hard decision for some people to make. Go ahead.
Because it could be dangerous because somebody can get hurt during the explosion.
Right. In any situation, even if it's not an explosion, even if it's just telling the truth and doing the right thing, you have to do it because it's the right thing to do. It might not be popular. Everybody might not like it. And you may not be everybody's friend because of it, but it will be the right thing to do. You're not put here to be everybody's friend because not everybody's going to be your friend. Oh, she thinks her hair is long. She thinks her eyes are pretty. She thinks her braids are beautiful. She thinks that she has the prettiest skin. Everything. She thinks her hair is special. Everything. Whatever the situation, he thinks he's so strong. Whatever the situation may be, it can be somebody out there that don't like you because of that. And they'll be smiling in your face, talking to you and everything. And all the while, they'll be talking about you behind your back because they really don't like you. So when you decide to do the right things, somebody's not going to like it. And that's fine, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. People are going to come and people are going to go. You're not here to be anybody's best buddy. What you're here to do is to do the right things that you have been required to do by the Bible. That's what we're all here to do. Doesn't matter who it is. Let me read that again. Micah 4:10 says, be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. It's just like a woman that's about to have a baby. She'll be laying there about to have that baby, and she have all those troubles, all that pain, and all of that talking about how much she's so uncomfortable. Oh, I hate this and all of that. And as soon as that baby is born, she don't care anything about all those troubles anymore. She's not worried about any of that anymore because it's over with. And that's what we all have to remember. Right now, we're in a situation or place where every time we go outside, even when we're in our house and say something come on television that we shouldn't be watching, it's some stuff that daddy and mama shouldn't be watching. And so am I going to sit there and watch it? No.
Yeah.
Why not? Because I don't need to. Because it may cause me to sin. And so I'm sitting there looking. Oh, I don't need to watch that. And I'll just keep going on. I've avoided myself a problem. We all can avoid problems if we just do the right thing. As long as what we're doing is going with what our parents say, with what God says, we're fine. Now I'm going to Wisdom of Solomon 17:12. the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, 17:12. The Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17 and verse 12, it says, fear is nothing else but the betraying of the succors which reason offered. Fear is nothing more than your mind playing tricks on you. You're already comfortable doing something one way, and somebody come and let's say you was 16 years old, 19, 27, 37 years old, and you live your whole life wearing pants. And then somebody came to you as a woman and said, well, hey, you know, in the Bible say that the woman is not supposed to wear pants. And at first, you probably going to say, well, I don't believe that. And then they show you. And now your mind is saying, wait a minute. If I stop wearing pants, then I won't be able to, well, you know, a dress, you'll be cold all the time trying to wear a dress in the winter. If I don't wear pants, then I don't get to wear my tight pants anymore. And, you know, with my boots in the wintertime and all that. And, you know, I like to look good in the winter with my tight pants on. All the while, the Bible say you can't do it. Well, wait a minute. I don't believe that. I just don't. That's fear. Fear is letting that person be comfortable in whatever it is they are doing, even though the Bible say they're not supposed to be doing it. That's all it is. Fear is nothing more than a crutch to make people comfortable. When people see that they can't do something, when people find out that they have to stop doing something, they got to start doing something, the fear will come in, and then the excuses. They're going to make all types of excuses as to why they don't have to follow whatever that rule is, or they're special, or they can do something different other than what it say. Let me find a way around it all of a sudden. Oh, well, you know, my job don't let me, well, I tell you what you can do. You can take a paper to the job, and that paper can make you exempt from that rule if they can do it. Like for me, I took an exemption form, which is a form from Israelite school that said I keep the Sabbath. I don't believe in working on Sabbath. I believe that to me it's sinful for me to work on the Sabbath. And the company that I work for, they honor it. They say, okay, well, he can't work from X, Y, Z, whatever. It is what it is. And it's people that will know this, and they'll never take the paper to the job. You know why? Because they want to work on Saturday. You know why?
They want to be sinful.
They want to be sinful, and guess how much more money they can make just by working that one day? A lot of money.
And just like what you said, fear.
Fear.
They're scared the job is going to turn them down if they are an Israelite or something.
Possibly. Also, it'll be the fear of, Ava can't work on Saturday. She talked about the Bible. What's wrong with her? Fear of that too. They'll be afraid of people.
And they probably talk about the Bible.
Yeah, and they don't know anything about it because they're not doing what's in it.
Fear, worrying about what other people think.
Right.
It was just because they're trying to do the right thing. And if you don't do the right thing, then that's a sin.
Right. And so it has to be done. Again, the topic, the understanding has to align, otherwise it's useless. If the understanding that you get is not going with the Bible, then it's useless. If the way you thinking is not if it's not agreeing with the Bible, then it's useless. If you figure that you're a child and you're going to do different or opposite of what your parents say, you're going to get in trouble. If adults say, oh, yeah, my Father is in heaven, I listen to him, I follow him, and they don't, you're going to get in trouble. We just read where it said that you're going to go through some things. You're going to go through some stuff. It's going to be a hard situation to just do the right thing because it's always somebody or something out there saying, hey, what about this? Hey, what about that? Hey, what about this? Hey, you want to do this? Hey, you want to go there? It's always going to be something coming up in front of you, but you're going to have to be big enough to say no. So you know what? We're going to cut it off right there. We're going to try to finish this Lord's willing, next Wednesday in the Wednesday class. The topic again, the understanding has to align, otherwise it's useless. And with that, happy Sabbath and peace.